Okay, adding and multiplying polynomials is a pretty straightforward idea. In fact, probably most of you have seen this before, so this shouldn't be too much of a big deal. You can add or subtract like terms. That means they have to be exactly the same. So right here I've got a u3 v3. I need another u v3 to go with it, which is right there. So there's one, oh, and there's another one. So I've got 1 and negative 7. So as far as positives are concerned, there's 6 and 1 for 7, and there's negative 7. So those all add up to 0, actually. Okay, here I've got a u2 v2. Okay, when I scan through the rest of it, there aren't any more of those. So that's it. We've got negative 2 u2 v2s. So that one's done. Right here I've got two v3s, and then there's a negative v3, so 2 of them minus 1 of them will be a positive 1v to the third. So now those are gone. What else have we got here? Looks like there I've got uv, and there's another uv, so there's negative 7 of them and positive 1 of them for negative 6 uvs. So the uvs are done. And then this is the only thing left. So we have plus 8u4v3. Now typically the order is the closest letter to the beginning of the alphabet first at the highest order. So U is the biggest alphabetical letter, or the earliest one. So we usually put these in order of U. So there's a U to the 4th. So usually these are written A U to the 4th v3. And then there's a u to the 2nd, so that'd be minus 2u squared v squared. So there's that one. Here's a u to the 1st, so minus 6uv, and here's a u to the 0th. Now, it doesn't really matter if you do that, but a lot of books write it in that order. Now, the only thing you could possibly get wrong is maybe not distribute the negative. So that negative goes in there, so that's really a negative uv4. So that one's negative, that one will end up positive, and that one will end up negative. And then same thing here, that one will be negative, this one will be positive, that one will be positive, and that one will be negative. So then just going through, I'm just going to do them in order. So there's a v, any other v's, there's negative 7 v's. And that's it. So I've got 1 minus 7, so I've got negative 6 v's. Those are done. Here's 4u, negative 4u. Looking through there, here's negative 7u. So negative 4u, negative 7u is negative 11u. So those are done. How about a uv4? So right here's a negative uv4. Here's positive 7 uv4, so negative 1 and positive 7 will be positive 6 uv4. Here's a u2 v4. Here's another u2 v4, so there's 1 and 5 more, so 6 u2 v4s. And do we have anything left? A u, so I've got, looks like 3 u3 v3. Now, I'm not going to go through the trouble in ordering that one. That's the order that I kind of got them in. So just to make the point, it doesn't really matter if you reorder them when it's all crazy like that. Okay, multiplication. I'm pretty sure we've done this before. We've been doing this since probably Algebra 1. 7r times 7r is 49r squared. There's 7r times 2, so that's 14r. There's negative 5 times 7r, so negative 35r, and negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Those two now become like terms, so we have 49r squared minus 49r minus 10. That's really all that is. Sometimes people make mistakes and just square this and call this 64a squared plus 25. They just take the square across there. That is not what it means. The square is on the parentheses. It's not on the 8 and the 5. It means the 8a plus 5 twice. So 8a times 8a, so the 64a squared is in there, but see there's this middle term. 8 We did the 8 times 5 is 40a, and here's another one, 8 times 5 is another 40a, and then 5 times 5 is 25. So when you have a square like that, it's always the first one squared, it's always the last one squared, but then it's the middle, 8 times 5, doubled. See how that happens twice? So it's the first one squared, double the middle, last one squared. So it's 64a squared plus 80a plus 25. So I don't ever expand it out like that. It's just the first one squared, double the middle, last one squared. So if we had another one like that, I'm going to skip down to number 7. You can go ahead and write it out like that, but it's the first one squared, so it's 36x squared. The middle is 6 times 8 is 48xy. You double that, so it's 96xy. And then this is the last one squared, 64y squared. So you can just take it right out of your head. Squared, doubled, squared. Okay, it doesn't matter how many pieces you have, you just take this 4x times all of them. So 4x times 3x squared is 12x to the third. 4 times 5 is negative 20x to the second. 4x times negative 3 is negative 12 with that x. And then you take the negative 4 times all of them. So negative 4 times 3x squared, you could just keep going sideways, but I'm going to stack them up with the ones that they go with. So negative 4 times 3x squared is negative 12x squared. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20x. And negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. And then put the like terms together. Okay, well there's a 12x to the third. There's negative 32x squared. There's positive 8x plus 12. That's how come I stacked them up, just to be able to find the like terms a little bit quicker. Okay, 6, so this one's going to have 9 pieces. A 3 by 3 is going to have 9 parts to it. So 6 times 2 is 12x to the fourth. 6 times 1 is 6x to the third. And 6x squared times 8 is 48x. Then I'll take the 7x times everything. Negative 7 times 2 is negative 14x to the third. Negative 7 times 1 will be negative 7x squared. This one must have been a squared. It was. And then negative 7 times 8 will be negative 56x. And then the last one, the negative 4 times everything. So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8x squared. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And negative 4 times 8 is plus 32. And put it all together. So I've got a 12x to the fourth. 6 and negative 14 makes negative 8x third. 48 minus 15, 48, 38, 33 x squareds. And then my 60 x's and a 32. So there we have it. Okay, number 8. It's straightforward, but see how they're exactly the same, but one's plus and one's minus? That means the middle term is going to go away. It's going to be 9b squared minus 16. You can see that here. There's the 9b squared. 3b times negative 4 would be negative 12ab. But now when you do 4 times 3, that's positive 12ab. And then 4 times negative 4 is the negative 16. See, those add up to 0. And so when they're exactly the same, it's the first term squared minus the second term squared, which is what 9 is like. So it's going to be that one. So negative 3 times negative 3 is positive x squared. See, there's a positive 3xy. And then right here is a negative 3xy. So the middle term went away again. And then y times negative y is negative y squared. So we have 9x squared minus y squared. And then here's one that is squared. Remember, it's the first term squared. So negative 4x squared is positive 16x squared. It's double the middle. Negative 4 times negative 7 is positive 28. And then double it. So it'll be 56xy. And then negative 7 times negative 7 is positive 49y squared. And that's adding and multiplying polynomials.